Atlantic Broadband Cable, in cooperation with the South Union Township Supervisors, presents the South Union Township Sports Network. Today via tape delay from the home of the Laurel Highlands High School boys soccer team here at Mustang Field. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs take on the Uniontown Red Raiders. Hi everybody, I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupay, and we welcome you aboard for tonight's boys soccer game. South Union Township Sports Network coverage is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Again, I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupay, and we'll be back with the lineups for both teams after these messages. Chesler's Furniture at 601 Pittsburgh Street, Uniontown has been in business since 1950 and has a wide variety of furniture for all of your needs. At Chesler's, they have a wide assortment of living room recliners, kitchen sets, bedroom mattresses, and accessories that can decorate your home for years to come. Choose from many companies including Lazy Boy, Best, King Hickory, Hammery, Lancer, Wildwood, Von Bassett, and White Dove. Chesler's also services what they sell. Stop into Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, and see Kim, Christy, Ted, and Rich. They'll be happy to help you with all of your needs. Chesler's Furniture, where customers send their friends.
Creditors calling you day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley, Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
We're back here at Mustang Field. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs hosting the Uniontown Red Raiders boys high school soccer here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Now going to turn it over to our public address announcer, Barry Rosner, for tonight's starting lineups.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the campus of Laurel Highlands Senior High School and Mustang Field, where tonight it's boys soccer action as the Mustangs of Laurel Highlands is hosting the Red Raiders from Uniontown. We ask now, if you would, to direct your attention down to the 50-yard line in the center of the soccer field as we meet tonight's starting lineups. First of all, for our visitors, under the head coaching of Scott Menarchek and assisted by Scott Fitzpatrick and Ross Menarchek, here is his starting lineups. The goalkeeper, a freshman, Chaz Lambie. A senior, number 10, Noah Trimmer. A senior, number 4, Clay Berkebaugh. A junior, number 2, Brett Dolphy. A junior, number 1, Aiden Shetterly. A sophomore, number 12, Dalton Grimes. A freshman, number 9, Isaac Conklin. A freshman, number 3, Christian Thomas. A freshman, number 6, Riley Umble. A freshman, number 13, Connor Nichols. And a freshman, number 16, Colton May. And now the starting lineup for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Under the head coaching of Jerry Rogers and assisted by Jerry Rogers, here is their starting lineup. The goalkeeper, senior Evan McClay. A senior, 00, Jason Cooper. A junior, number 18, Patrick Hickle. A junior, number 7, Colby Livingston. A sophomore, number 8, Matt Phillips. A sophomore, number 33, Carson Seaman. A sophomore, number 22, Nico Johns. A sophomore, number 1, Manuel Oliveras. A sophomore, number 13, Carson D'Amico. A freshman, number 30, Ian Hamilton. And a freshman, number 25, Harry Radcliffe. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask if you would to please rise. And ladies and gentlemen, we ask if you would to please remove your hats in the honoring of our United States of America in the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And good luck to both teams.
We'll be back with the start of tonight's match right after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
And this reminder to everyone also, too, that there's no smoking or use of tobacco products.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
Every person who's been injured, when they come in, has an expectation that their case is important, and it is to us. We take these cases very seriously.
So that experience that we have is unique also because we have experience in these communities, in Uniontown, in Washington, in Waynesburg, in these court systems.
You don't have to go to Pittsburgh to be represented by attorneys who don't know their way around your community.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
We're back here at Mustang Field, just about set to go. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs hosting the Uniontown Red Raiders high school boys soccer here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Laurel Highlands enters this match 1-1 overall. Like Uniontown, it's their conference opener. Jerry Rogers, Laurel Highlands head coach, in his fifth year. Uniontown 0-2. Scott Menarchek in his first year as the Uniontown head coach. The Mustangs splitting on Saturday, defeating Bentworth by a score of 4-3 before dropping a contest against a very talented Altoona team 6-0. Uniontown, on the other hand, they lost both of their games this past weekend, losing 8-0 against Bentworth and then 4-0 against Beth Center. Both of those games were actually played here at Laurel Highlands High School as part of the Fayette County Coaches Association opening weekend tournament. Laurel Highlands putting their 27-game series win streak over Uniontown on the line tonight. Uniontown has not won a game over Laurel Highlands since 2004. Uniontown, as we mentioned, off to an 0-2 start after a 4-13-1 season a year ago. Scott Menarchek taking over for Greg Peck, who spent 4 seasons as Uniontown's head coach. The Red Raiders looking for their first above 500 season since 1997. The Mustangs playing tonight without Matt Lucas, who picked up a red card in the Mustangs' second game on Saturday against Altoona, and we're underway. The Mustangs in their home reds, white numbers, blue shorts. Uniontown in their away whites with maroon numbers. And Laurel Highlands working right to left as we describe it here in the first half of the match. But Uniontown with the opening possession down the near wing, trying to create there on a little centering attempt. And that's actually number 11, who's not in my lineup right now. I'll have to double check on that. Must have had a last-minute number change there on the Uniontown side. As Evan McLeay will boot it away. Looking for Manuel Oliveras. Down to Colby Livingston, trying to create some space down the far touchline. Ball goes out of play, and Aiden Shutterly will send it back in there for the Red Raiders. We'll try to use process of elimination to figure out who's wearing 11 here today for Uniontown. Noah Trimmer, a little chip up front there, trying to send it in Christian Thomas's direction. Jason Cooper defending, sending it out of play. We have Colton May wearing 16. How about Dalton Grimes, 12? I don't know if Dalton's out there, so you might have the mystery player 11 actually is number 12, Dalton Grimes, because they had Grimes listed as a center midfielder, and that's the position that Grimes appears to be playing, wearing 11, and we'll double check and try to get a confirmation on that as well. We're just underway, 90 seconds into this match between Uniontown and Laurel Highlands. The Mustangs will have a free kick, and Jason Cooper will put it down. Our match officials here today, Corey Snyder and Jim McDonough. Actually passed along to me a couple of new high school soccer rule changes. One in the final 5 minutes of the second half. The team that's leading makes a substitution. The clock stops. Also the continuous time. The mercy rule has been changed from 7 goals to 6 in the second half of a match. And also after injuries, a drop ball is now instituted as Colby Livingston tries to make some space. Crosses out in front, goes through Seaman, over to Manuel Oliveras, who sends it in. So Oliveras striking first here for Laurel Highlands. Just over 2 minutes into the match, the Mustangs taking a 1-0 lead over the Red Raiders. And we're back in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
The key to success in life is teamwork. On and off the field, in the workplace, in the home, in our schools. Teamwork gets it done. The world of competitive sports offers many good things, the most important of which is teamwork. Individual talent may win a few games, but teamwork wins championships. Go team! Go Laurel Highlands Mustangs! This positive message has been brought to you and paid for by Jason Scott.
We're back here at Mustang Field. Manuel Oliveira is getting his first goal of the season for Laurel Highlands. The Mustangs strike first, leading Uniontown by a score of 1-0. The Mustangs continuing to control the possession here early on. Laurel Highlands winning both meetings over Uniontown a season ago by scores of 6-0 and 7-1 as Ian Hamilton works out of his own zone. A little touch there from Matt Phillips. Down to Colby Livingston on the run again. Defending there is Shutterly, but Livingston gets around him, works into the box. Livingston still with it. Little poke towards the net, and he sends it in. So Colby Livingston scoring 41 seconds after Oliveira's. The Mustangs 2 quick goals here in the opening 3 minutes. Up 2-0 here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Colby Livingston.
Many people unknowingly have chronic liver disease and discover it during routine blood testing. Possible causes include alcohol, hepatitis C, fatty liver, and iron overload. If left unchecked, this can lead to cirrhosis or severe liver scarring. Offer the latest testing and treatment for chronic liver disease. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
So Colby Livingston giving Laurel Highlands now a 2-0 lead over Uniontown. Less than 3 minutes into this match. We also did get confirmation on the Uniontown side. It is Dalton Grimes wearing 11. So we were correct in that assumption. As Patrick Hickel takes it back on his line. Sending it over to the keeper, McAlay. And now on the near side again to Hamilton. Hamilton working down the near touchline. A little poke back there to Matt Phillips. And now McAlay again. We mentioned the Mustangs playing without Matt Lucas. Picked up a red card in the Mustangs' last match against Altoona. That was the second match the Mustangs played on Saturday as part of the Fayette County Coaches Association tournament. So with a red card, Lucas having to sit out 1 game, thus missing the conference opener here today for the Mustangs. Mustangs staying on the ball. Once again, it's Phillips off to his right there to Carson Seaman. Settling it back down. A little touch there from Patrick Hickel. Harry Radcliffe getting the start in place of Lucas and the Mustangs 11 here today. And Seaman on the ball again there for Laurel Highlands. A little poke ahead to Oliveris, trying to work his way around Clay Berkobow. Berkobow also the kicker on the Uniontown football team. Looked very impressive. Already converted on a field goal so far this season. Now Uniontown looking for a little break here. Down 2-0 early on. Noah Trimmer couldn't make anything in that rush. And coming back there is Radcliffe losing the ball out of play on the far side. And a throw in here for the Red Raiders. Both of these teams employing a 4-4-2 here today. The Red Raiders with Christian Thomas and Noah Trimmer up top. Brett Dolphy, Riley Umble, Dalton Grimes, and Colton May in the midfield. With Aiden Shutterly, Clay Berkobow, Isaac Conklin, and Connor Nichols in the back, and Chaz Lambie in goal. Uniontown with 2 seniors, 2 juniors, 1 sophomore, and 6 freshmen in their starting lineup. And here's Laurel Highlands on a little break. Is it onside? Nico John, it is. Flags down. John's a little poke, and it's 3-0 Mustangs. So Nico Johns adding the third goal of the night for Laurel Highlands here at the 34-51 mark
by number 22,
of the first half. And the Mustangs cruising early on, and we're back in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Turn to the experts. Fayette Furnace Company Incorporated, serving the Tri-County area since 1920. The area's oldest and most reliable heating and cooling contractor, specializing in Carrier equipment. Employee owned and operated, choosing Fayette Furnace Company and Carrier not only gives you over 200 years of experience, but gives you the experts to help you solve your home's comfort needs. And call Fayette Furnace Company and Carrier to solve your home comfort needs today. Call 724-438-5400 or look up Fayette Furnace Company on the web at FayetteFurnaceCompany.com. Turn to the experts, almost 100 years of serving the Tri-County area. For more information, call Mike at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400 for Fayette Furnace Company. We're back here at Mustang Field, all Laurel Highlands here in the opening 5 minutes plus. Goals from Oliveras, Livingston, and Johns. Have the Mustangs up 3-0. And Matt Phillips staying on it. And touch there over to Seaman, sent ahead again to Nico Johns. Johns on the run. And the play's on sides as John looks to settle it down. Cross out in front, cleared out there by the Red Raiders. Going out to Colton May. May trying to break back over to Grimes. And sent ahead down the near line to Christian Thomas. Thomas battling Ian Hamilton. Thomas almost going to the corner flag before Hamilton knocks it out of play. And Dalton Grimes now on the reset. Quickly stolen there by Phillips. Up to Nico Johns. Try to go cross field. Intercepted there on a misplay. And Johns again trying to regain. A little touch there over to the freshman Radcliffe. Off to Phillips, chipped ahead to Livingston, and Shutterly defending, sending it out of play. 33-44 left here in the first half, 3-0 Mustangs over the Red Raiders. Mentioned the starting 11 for Uniontown on the Laurel Highlands side. It's Manuel Oliveras and Colby Livingston up top. Matt Phillips, Nico Johns, Harry Radcliffe, and Carson Seaman in the midfield with Jason Cooper, Connor D'Amico, Patrick Hickle, and Ian Hamilton in the back, and Evan McAlay making his third start of the season in goal for the Mustangs. Laurel Highlands, also a very young team. 2 seniors, 2 juniors, 5 sophomores, and 2 freshmen in the starting 11 today for the Mustangs. And both Laurel Highlands head coach Jerry Rogers Sr. and Jerry Rogers Jr. quick to tell you it's going to be a rebuilding year for the Mustangs. Another lacrosse out in front. Johns is there, unable to send it home this time. Nice save from Chaz Lambie, the freshman keeper for Uniontown. And now Lambie will blast it out on the far side. That one going through the intended recipient and out of play. I think that was Clay Burkabow. Mustangs again on the ball. On the backside there, Connor D'Amico looking for Carson Seaman. Off of the Mustangs and outs. We're mentioning the rule changes. The one I don't think we got to. The drop ball that's now instituted for injury stoppages. In the past, you'd have the little courtesy play back after an injury, but now the drop ball goes down, and another break here for the Mustangs. 2-on-1 coming back. Let's see if Livingston can beat Shetterly to the ball. He does. Livingston staying with it, and Shetterly with a diving stop, but Livingston trying to regain, fires, and just getting a piece of it there is Chaz Lambie able to corral it in. So the Mustangs continue to buzz here in the opening 10 minutes. Up 3-0 over Uniontown. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupay. Nice to have you along with us here on the South Union Township Sports Network, whether you're watching on Atlantic Broadband Channel 17, Armstrong Channel 61, or on our YouTube page by searching South Union TV. Colton May and Hamilton take it out on the near side. He goes off of May and out. Mustangs keep possession. Also nice to have Barry Rosner back in the booth as the Mustangs public address announcer here for the 2019 fall season. Seaman trying to send it down to Oliveras, beaten to the ball there by Clay Berkabow. South Union Township Sports Network, now in his 30th year doing games. Long-time supporter of Mustang athletics and all programs here in South Union Township. Berkabow sends it high. Goes out of play on the backside there off of, I believe that was Riley Umble out. Sun setting in an odd angle, making some of those numbers tough to pick up right now. Go down here for a goal kick from Clay Berkabow. And Berkabow has a leg. We've seen him hit some long field goals, especially in warm-ups for the Uniontown football team. How about that blast? All the way back down to the Mustang zone, trying to set up the attack here for the Red Raiders. Uniontown still looking for their first goal of the season. And losing 8-0 against Bentworth, 4-0 against Beth Center. See if they can get one here. And we'll settle down. Over to May, trying to create out in front there to Christian Thomas. That's Evan Michelet on the save there for the Mustangs. Goes all the way back there to Shutterly. Pressured again by Oliveras, chipping it back ahead to Colby Livingston, but stepping in there again is Berkabow. Berkabow covers a lot of ground out there for Uniontown. Nico Johns losing that battle. Grimes taking it away, then heading it forward. Good play there from Grimes. Uniontown trying to send it up to Noah Trimmer, one of the co-captains along with Berkabow on this Red Raiders squad. Scott Menarchek, the head coach, assisted by Scott Fitzpatrick and Scott's Menarchek's brother Ross. Of course, the two Jerrys back on the Uniontown side, Jerry Rogers Sr. and Jerry Rogers Jr. The two families very close as well, the Menarcheks and the Rogers. Coach is having a good time, reminiscing before the start of this match. Over to Johns again here on the near wing. Trying to work around Isaac Conklin, another freshman out there for Uniontown. Oliveras finds the loose ball, worked off to his right, broken up by Brett Dolphy. That one taking a Mustangs bounce over to Nico Johns, who partially fans on the shot. Skied back by Berkabow. Now Hamilton trying to head it along, battling Colton May. And the Red Raiders gain possession, at least momentarily, on the breakdown, and they'll get Hamilton there for obstruction. And a free kick here for the Red Raiders. And Dalton Grimes will put it down. Grimes on the little poke. Goes back towards Evan Michelet. We've now played 12 minutes. A 3-0 lead for Laurel Highlands over Uniontown. Goals from Oliveras, Livingston, and Johns. And again, the Mustangs keep possession with Jason Cooper playing it off of Christian Thomas and out. Mustangs get the throw in. Lob back in there by Cooper looking for Johns. Just able to keep it in play along the near touchline, but it's the Red Raiders getting possession back. Colton May sending it forward there to Berkabow. Berkabow, low shot. Nice save there from Evan Michelet. Watch for Berkabow to really play all over the field here for Uniontown. Especially with his leg, they'll use him in any way they can. Coming forward again, Oliveras. Defending Shutterly, putting it down back to Lambie. Tries to boot it back towards midfield. Comes over on the near wing again to Nico Johns, who settles it down there for the Mustangs. Over to Hamilton. Sends it off to his right there to the freshman Radcliffe, battling Riley Umble. Looking wide again for Colby Livingston. Livingston made the run, unable to keep it in there on the far side. Red Raiders get possession back. Connor Nichols will trigger it in. And we'll see the game's first substitutions occurring from the Red Raiders. on the far side.
Into the game for Uniontown, number 15, Seth Lee.
It'll be Seth
Also
Lee,
20,
number 15,
Ian Wallace.
and Ian Wallace, number 20. They expected to be rotated between the midfield and defense. Wallace, typically an outside midfielder for the Red Raiders. Back to Jason Cooper. Off a deflection there to Matt Phillips. Hamilton, another touch, going low. Looking for the through ball to Radcliffe. And able to catch up to it. But well thought up there on the Mustang side. And we'll have a corner kick here for Laurel Highlands. It's going to be Radcliffe to take the corner. And he'll boot it high on the back side, going through Seaman. And out of play off of Laurel Highlands and outs. And Brent Dolphy will hand off now to Clay Burkabow on the throw-in. Knocked down there by Grimes. Off to Noah Trimmer, and Grimes again going low. Up to Christian Thomas for the poke ahead. Nobody home. Sent back there by Patrick Hickle. A Mustang goes down. That was Matt Phillips. Being helped up there by Grimes. Free kick for the Mustangs. Seaman sends it off to Phillips. Back to Carson Seaman. Had a pair of goals against Bentworth on Saturday. And Seaman back on it again. Top of the box. Played out. Back to Phillips. Now Seaman again. Over to Oliveris. Just missing high. Now, again, well drawn up on the Laurel Highlands side. Now that sunshine finally starting to get behind the trees, giving us a little bit of a better view of the field. As Clay Burkabow will put it down again. Actually a muggy evening in the area. Game time temperature 79 degrees. Felt a little bit warmer, especially the press box. Pretty muggy when we got inside here today. Matt Phillips over to Jason Cooper. Don't mind the warm weather. We'll be wanting it here in a few weeks. With the summer season ending. Radcliffe ahead to Colby Livingston. On the chase there with Burkabow. And Burkabow again showing his athletic prowess. Winning it off on the far side and slowing down the run, allowing the Red Raiders to get a few more defenders back to aid in the play. Now Uniontown trying to reverse the rush with Noah Trimmer. D'Amico stepping in, and now another Mustang goes down. With 23:04 left here in the first half. I believe that was D'Amico. That is down for the Mustangs. We'll have an injury timeout. 22:59 left here in the first half. Laurel Highlands leading Uniontown 3-0. We'll take a quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Injured Laurel Highlands player, number 13, Carson D'Amico, making his way to the sidelines. There was a foul called on the play against Uniontown, so no drop ball because of the foul. Free kick for the Mustangs, set into the box, intended there for Oliveris, but headed back out there by Uniontown. And now the Red Raiders on the break there with Dalton Grimes. Grimes through center. Looking for the rush. Initially denied there by Patrick Hickle, then deflected off to Evan McClay.
Into the game for Laurel Highlands, number 21, Chris Kuzier.
Chris Kuzier was the Mustang that checked in. for the injured Carson D'Amico. So Kuzier now out there, and the offside's called there on Oliveris, getting behind the last defender. The Mustangs scoring 3 goals in the opening 5 minutes and 9 seconds in this match. Haven't had a goal since the 34-51 mark of the first half. Oliveris, Livingston, and Johns, the goal scorers for Laurel Highlands. Berkebau back down the field there to Grimes. Off to his left to Riley Umble. And deflected out. Look at the 2 bench sizes for these two teams. The Mustangs certainly more available substitutions. A couple of injuries on the Uniontown side, including Grant Barczyk and Alex Eitner. Red Raiders got a little bit banged up in those games against Bentworth and Beth Center this past weekend. Another rush here for the Mustangs. Oliveris off to his right again to Colby Livingston. Livingston breaking top of the 18, back to Manuel. And a low shot saved there by Chaz Lambie. And played back to center. Knocked down there by Hamilton, but won back by Grimes. Low ball forward here on the near side. Helped along by Seth Lee. Back to Trimmer. Deflected there by Hickel. Comes free on the near side. And Ian Hamilton let it go out of play. Uniontown last to touch it going out. So the Mustangs have possession here on the throw-in. Losing it there was Nico Johns. Mustangs regaining again from Jason Cooper. Cooper low off to Johns, and now Cooper again getting involved on the offensive side, looking for a through ball. Tended there for Oliveras, got deflected out of play. Again, allowing Uniontown an opportunity to recover defensively. Harry Radcliffe there on the re-entry. Headed there by Berkebau. And set high by Shetterly. A little play ahead there from Kuzier. Seaman sends it high off to Livingston on the far wing. Livingston in traffic, dances back into the box, fires a low line drive. Did it go in? Yes, it did. Colby Livingston getting his second goal of the match, increasing the Laurel Highlands lead to 4-0 over Uniontown with 20:06 left here in the first half. Take a quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Colby Livingston.
Good luck to the Mustangs from the South Union Township Supervisors, Rick Vernon, Jason Scott, and Robert Schiffbar.
Back here at Mustang Field, Colby Livingston getting his second goal of the night. Laurel Highlands now leading Uniontown by a score of 4-0. Livingston with 2, Johns with a goal, Oliveras with a goal. The Mustangs on cruise control right now. There's Nico Johns and lobbing it ahead there, looking for Oliveras. Played back by Berkebau. Onto the foot of Christian Thomas. Over to Trimmer. Met there by Cooper, but Trimmer staying with it. Nice little pass on the far wing. That's over to Brett Dolphy, who's pressured there by Kuzier. Dolphy and the Red Raiders keep possession. Lobbed off the body there of Dalton Grimes. Mustangs look to break back. Radcliffe looking for Colby Livingston. Once again, it's Clay Berkebau sending it out on the far side. Carson Seaman takes the throw-in. Back there to Brendan Marzano, who's the last new entry for the Mustangs. Here's a little cross out in front, deflected out of play. Both Johns and Oliveras on the doorstep there for the Mustangs. Mentioned Laurel Highlands has won 27 straight games over Uniontown in this series. Last Uniontown win, if you go all the way back to 2004. That was the only meeting the two schools had in that 04 season. Uniontown winning by a score of 2-1. Back in 2004, Uniontown played in AAA, Laurel Highlands in 2A. So you actually had higher enrollment on the Uniontown side than you did on the Laurel Highlands side. And that Mustang team that lost to Uniontown actually made the WPIAL playoffs, lost to South Park in the first round. And in that 04 season, Uniontown went just 4-11 and 3-9 in conference play. It's kind of interesting the way things worked out with the Mustangs playing in a lower classification based on enrollment than the Red Raiders did. And of course, back already 3 seasons ago, this is actually beginning the 4th year of the new realignment. You now have 6 classifications for football, 4 for soccer, up from 3. Of course, football went from 4 to 6. Now both Uniontown and Laurel Highlands, at least on the soccer side, 3A programs playing in the same conference, which can't be said for a lot of other sports, including football. And Laurel Highlands now slightly more students enrollment-wise than Uniontown. Another break. Harry Radcliffe, though, offsides. And well drawn up. A little freshman mistake there from Radcliffe, breaking a little bit too soon. Of course, it's tough with 2 officials to always get those offsides calls correct. Don't have the traditional linesman like you might see on TV if you're watching a match on Saturday morning in the Premier League with the flags up, getting a clear view on all those offsides. Mustangs, another nice break here. Livingston firing, and the save and the cover from Chaz Lambie. Nice save there from Lambie. That was a dangerous ball from Livingston. One of those low sidewind line drives. They're sometimes tough to knock down, and the Mustangs still buzzing again. Oliveris settles back to Radcliffe. Chip just goes wide. Again, well drawn up on the Laurel Highlands side. Mustangs make another change. Here might be a pair of changes. It's like Seaman coming out. We'll take a quick time out here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Into the game for Laurel Highlands, number 14, Dan Myers. Also number 17, Daniel Grimm.
2 new entries for Laurel Highlands as we come back. 14, Dan Myers, 17, Daniel Grimm. We saw Grimm play against Bentworth on Saturday. Both Grimm and Myers seniors on this Laurel Highlands team. We mentioned just 2 seniors in the starting 11 for the Mustangs here today. Those 2, Jason Cooper, along with Evan McAlay, the Mustangs keeper. Lights now on at full power. Sun behind the trees. And the Mustangs up 4-0 over the Red Raiders. As we go under 15 minutes left here in the first half. Uniontown trying to spin their top of the 18. Noah Trimmer. Trimmer now into the box. McAlay way out, and Trimmer across. Unable to send it in front. Goal kick here for the Mustangs. For the high school soccer season, we don't take much time getting the conference season underway. Both of these teams just 2 exhibition or warm-up games this past weekend in the Fayette County Coaches Association tournament, even though scrimmages were held as well. The Mustangs had scrimmages against Franklin Regional and Washington High School, winning the scrimmage against Wash High and losing against Franklin Regional, one of the premier programs around the WPIAL as far as high school soccer is concerned. Mustangs will play their first road conference game of the season coming up on Thursday at Trinity. They'll have home games next week against Southmoreland and Bell Vernon, and an away game at South Park. Both the Southmoreland and South Park games, non-conference games, and a big conference showdown on the 12th, which is next Thursday against Bell Vernon. Those Laurel Highlands Bell Vernon games, they've been a lot of fun to watch over the last couple of seasons. Been a nice rivalry between those 2 schools, and nice to see it renewed again in the same conference here for 2019. Mustangs again keeping possession. They're with Chris Kuzier And then you have 7 teams in the conference this year. Top 4 make the WPIAL playoffs. Albert Gallatin, Bell Vernon, Laurel Highlands, Ringgold, Greensburg, Salem, Trinity, and Uniontown. So 3 actually out of Fayette County. Mustangs looking for another break. Look out. It's Nico Johns on it. Johns coming in, and a low shot save made there by Chaz Lambie. Johns probably wishes he has had that one back for maybe another fire. Johns already scoring 1 goal tonight, the 34-51 mark of the first half, almost at number 2. On that one-on-one break there with Lambie. Uniontown with some numbers here. It's a 4-on-3 if they hurry, but they don't. Sent back there to Burkabow. Down on the near wing again to Seth Lee. Lee unable to keep it in play. Goes back over to the Mustangs. And deflected out again. We'll get a Uniontown substitution with 12-12 left here in the first half. Brett Dolphy re-enters. Ian Wallace will check out.
Number 13, Connor Nichols.
Also Connor Nichols back into the match. So both Ian Wallace and Seth Lee came into the game as substitutes, coming back out again. And look out top of the 18 here. Opportunity for Burkabow. Tried to send it off to his left. No one home, and cleared out there by Chris Kuzier of Laurel Highlands. And Kuzier on the quick re-entry there to the freshman Harry Radcliffe. Radcliffe gaining some ground down the far line. Sending it ahead to Oliveras. Oliveras back into the box. Firing and scoring. His second goal of the match. 5th for the Mustangs. We now lead 5-0 with 11:25 left here in the first half.
Goal by number 1, Emmanuel Oliveras.
And we'll take another quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Back here at Mustang Field, now 5-0. Laurel Highlands over Uniontown as the Mustangs' dominance of this Fayette County rivalry continuing here again tonight. Mustangs on their way to their 28th straight win over Uniontown, and Oliveras now looking for the hat trick. Oliveras on the break. Oliveras top of the box, pulls it back. Sends it off there to Dan Myers. Touch top of the 18 of the freshman Radcliffe, couldn't fire. Collected off to his right. Mustangs look for control, but cleared out by Isaac Conklin. Headed there by Chris Kuzier. But Kuzier out of play, and the throw in going over to Brett Dolphy. Into Dalton Grimes. Sent ahead looking for Burkabow. Defended there by Cooper. Back to Grimes. Grimes looking to settle. Little touch there from Burkabow. Over to Grimes and out of play. And ruled off of Laurel Highlands and out. So it'll be a corner kick here for Grimes and the Red Raiders. Down 5, almost 30 minutes into this match. And Noah Trimmer looks like he'll take the corner kick here for the Red Raiders. Zayden Shutterly checks out for a moment. Sent into the box. And cleared out by Harry Radcliffe. Again, we mentioned third match of the year for both of these two schools.
Uniontown, number 7, John Oravec.
And Uniontown still looking for their first goal of the season. As John Oravec will see his first match action of the night for the Red Raiders. Another scoop up there from Evan McClay. McClay looking for his first clean sheet of the season. Yielded 3 against Bentworth, and just missing there is Dolphy. Sending it wide on the near side. And gave up 6 against Altoona.
Re-entry for Laurel Highlands, number 33, Carson Seaman.
Now Carson Seaman back into the match on the Mustang side.
For Laurel Highlands, number 27, Josh Proud.
Josh Proud also seeing some match action, sophomore. And the substitutions might be aplenty here in the second half of the way this one's going. There was no junior varsity game before the start of this match due to the fact that Uniontown does not have a junior varsity team, being so low on numbers. Seaman didn't play that one hard enough. Dolphy an opportunity over to Bergabau, crossed out in front. Going through on the backside where it settled down there. But then cleared out again by the Mustangs. There's Grimes. Too far on that through ball intended for Dolphy on the near wing. Get out of play. It's out of the zone by Carson Seaman. Final 8 minutes of this first half. Shetterly goes high again. Headed back out there by Radcliffe, and helping it along there, Josh Proud. Shetterly again on the back line. And stepping in is Grimes. Grimes fires from and scores from 35 yards out. Wow, what a goal. First of the season for the Red Raiders and the first for Dalton Grimes. Firing that one in from a distance. And a pretty goal in that for Dalton Grimes. The Red Raiders on the scoreboard, down 5-1.
Goal by number 11, Dalton.
And we're back in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Back here at Mustang Field. Good to see a lot of fight on the Uniontown side. Despite their fact they were down 5, Grimes gets one back. It's now 5-1. With 7:15 left here in the first half. I think Dalton Grimes really caught Evan McLay off guard there, firing that shot from so far out, 35 yards on the goal for Grimes. It's now 5-1. Final 7 minutes of this first half. Played back to the midfield. To Nico Johns. Cleared back there by Seaman. Grimes on the settle down again for Uniontown. Brendan Marzano angling it off. Radcliffe getting it back after a touch. Going to spin his way forward. Shouldered there by Christian Thomas. And chipped along. Nico Johns is it onside? Appears to be. Johns staying with it. Johns working off to his left, looking across. Johns still on it. A little poke there again from Shetterly, allowing the Red Raiders to reset defensively. As we go under 6 minutes left here in the first half. Still 5-1. Mustangs over the Red Raiders. And a corner kick here for Harry Radcliffe in Laurel Highlands. Radcliffe puts it down. A line drive, well defended there by Dolphy and the Red Raiders. And Brett Dolphy clears it out of play. Another throw in here for Radcliffe. And Harry gets it back after a touch from Brendan Marzano. Harry again fires it into the box. Johns tries to settle it down, goes off of Nico and out. And it will be a Uniontown goal kick. He put down here by Chaz Lambie. Lambie goes low. Over to Aiden Shetterly. And a line drive off the back of Grimes. Marzano will play. Headed back there by the Red Raiders. Grimes trying to come forward. Marzano trying to go high over to Dan Myers. Couldn't keep it in play. Brett Dolphy, another throw in here for Uniontown. Couple of exchanged heads there from Hamilton and Dolphy. Hamilton trying to lob it back to Johns. Double teamed. Nico stays with it, looking for open space. Nico Johns works it off to his right. Little touch ahead, offsides there was Josh Proud after getting the feed there from Daniel Grimm. Some of the reserves a little bit too anxious. Getting some scoring opportunities in a varsity game here on the front line. Got to be patient. Hamilton and Grimes collide, and they still go at it as Dolphy plays it ahead for Noah Trimmer. Trimmer off of Berkebau. Deflected in an open space. The Mustangs settle things down. Hickle looking there for Grimm off of Laurel Highlands and out. Another throw in here for the Red Raiders. Mention the number of young players on both sides. 6 freshmen. More than half of Uniontown's starting 11 today. In their first year of high school. Red Raiders trying to build up the numbers here in their soccer program. Mentioned Scott Menarchuk in his first year as the head coach. And get some of these freshmen to stick around for a while. Build things back up. Uniontown can have an opportunity to get a winning season again. I mentioned how long it's been. Have not been above 500 since 1997. They actually finished in third place in their conference back in 97. But at the time, only the top 2 made the postseason. On the run here, Dan Myers. Myers into the box. And able to get a clean shot away. Solid defense there out of the Red Raiders' Christian Thomas. I was thinking Menarchuk really used his guys on both sides. And from a distance there, just going wide on that shot attempt was Radcliffe. Saw Grimes score from 35 yards out. Said, hey, why can't I? Just missed there. Pretty good crowd on hand for these two Fayette County schools. First of 2 get-togethers for Uniontown and Laurel Highlands this year. When they meet over at Bill Powers Stadium, it will be a Saturday matinee. 12 noon start on September the 21st. 1:34 left here in the first half. Shetterly defending. Ball going out on the far side. Off of Uniontown and out. Quickly sent back into Radcliffe. Mustangs coaching staff very high on the freshman Radcliffe. In the 11 today with Lucas out with a red card. Shetterly, a little push there on Radcliffe. Those two still battle. Now the ball out. So we approach the 1-minute mark of this first half.
1 minute.
Red Raiders will put it down for a goal kick. Shetterly takes it. Goes low and short, intercepted there by Radcliffe. Tried to spin it back and just lost it. John Oravak on the touch forward again there to Grimes. On the near side to Dolphy. Nice little run here for Brett Dolphy. Dolphy down the near wing. Crosses back up top. Got to reset that over to Berkebau. And cleared out on the backside. 27 seconds now left here in the first half.
Played back in again to Berkebau. And a low shot from Grimes, scooped up there by Evan McLay, and that'll just about do it here for the first half. Final 10 seconds.
8, 7.
McLay will boot
6,
it back to center.
5, 4. 3,
and we'll go to the locker room with Laurel Highlands leading Uniontown by a score of 5-1. And we'll take a quick timeout. Be back to recap the first half scoring for you in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Everyone at the concession stand is open to sneak on over to get something to eat or drink through our 10-minute intermission. It's all sponsored by the Laurel Highlands boys soccer boosters.
Chesler's Furniture at 601 Pittsburgh Street, Uniontown has been in business since 1950 and has a wide variety of furniture for all of your needs. At Chesler's, they have a wide assortment of living room recliners, kitchen sets, bedroom mattresses, and accessories that can decorate your home for years to come. Choose from many companies including Lazy Boy, Best, King Hickory, Hammery, Lancer, Wildwood, Von Bassett, and White Dove. Chesler's also services what they sell. Stop into Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, and see Kim, Christy, Ted, and Rich. They'll be happy to help you with all of your needs. Chesler's Furniture, where customers send their friends.
Five to 1, the Laurel Highlands Mustangs lead the Uniontown Red Raiders here at halftime. High school boys soccer here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Let's recap the first half scoring. Mustangs didn't waste much time to get on the scoreboard. Manuel Oliveira's a goal at the 37-43 mark of the first half. The Mustangs sophomore giving Laurel Highlands a 1-0 lead. And then just 41 seconds later, Colby Livingston found the back of the net. His first goal of the night at the 37:02 mark of the first half was 2-0 Mustangs. Laurel Highlands not done yet. Nico Johns at the 34:51 mark of the first half, making it 3-0 Laurel Highlands. The Mustangs with 3 goals in the opening 5 minutes and 9 seconds of this match. Colby Livingston then got his second goal of the night just before the midway point of the first half. The time of the goal, 20:06 of the first half, to make it 4-0 Laurel Highlands. Then Oliveris getting his second of the first half at the 11:25 mark of the first half. It was 5-0 Laurel Highlands, and then Dalton Grimes surprised Mustang keeper Evan McLay with a shot from 35 yards out to get the Red Raiders on the scoreboard for not only the first time tonight, but the first time all season. And that's our score here at halftime, 5-1, Laurel Highlands over Uniontown. A reminder, if you're watching this match on Atlantic Broadband or Armstrong Cable, I'd like to let you know that all of the South Union Township Sports Network games and programs are available online. It's easy to find. Just log on to youtube.com and search South Union Television, or follow the South Union Township Sports Network on Facebook for program updates. That's facebook.com/South Union TV. Again, here at halftime, it's Laurel Highlands 5, Uniontown 1. Second half match action comes your way next here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Creditors calling you day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley, Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
The key to success in life is teamwork. On and off the field, in the workplace, in the home, in our schools. Teamwork gets it done. The world of competitive sports offers many good things, the most important of which is teamwork. Individual talent may win a few games, but teamwork wins championships. Go team! Go Laurel Highlands Mustangs! This positive message has been brought to you and paid for by Jason Scott.
Just about set to go with the second half. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs a 5-1 lead over the Uniontown Red Raiders. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupé. Nice to have you along with us here on the South Union Township Sports Network section opener for both Laurel Highlands and Uniontown in Class 3A Section 3. Laurel Highlands looking for another return trip to the playoffs. Mustangs looking for their fourth straight trip to the WPIAL playoffs. Lost in the first round last year to Hampton. Very controversial game.
Into goal now for Uniontown.
Uniontown's made a keeper change. Colton May replacing Chaz Lambie in goal on the Uniontown side. Lambie actually out on the field, and head coach Scott Menarchuk actually told us before the start of the game that was likely going to be the case for the second half. May 0-0 in goal. Manuel Oliveira's down the near wing here for Laurel Highlands. Mustangs working left to right here in the second half. Oliveira's little cross. Bodied down there by Colby Livingston and then scooped up by Colton May. Colton May, another freshman. Both Lambie and May, freshmen on this Uniontown team. Uniontown a little break ahead. Berkebile trying to settle it down. Mustangs again regained possession. We mentioned this Uniontown team, number of injuries. You see Riley Humble out there wearing a little cast or splint on his hand. Red Raiders also without Grant Barczyk and Alex Eitner here tonight with injuries. Lacrosse out in front and cleared out there by Hamilton. Actually asked our South Union Township and WMBS colleague Nick Barczyk if Grant was any relation. He said not that he knew of. They've been a distant relative. Of course, both living in the Uniontown School District. We'll head out there from Hamilton. A lob back and over the back of the nets and out of play. Look at the concession stand. Not too busy right now. Was going a little bit heavier at halftime with a little line out there. Some of the folks making their way down to get some goodies. Things cooling down now with a true night atmosphere here for the second half. It really turned out to be a nice day in the Uniontown area today. I keep these days coming. Dalton Grimes now for Uniontown. Racing back here with Ben Diamond. And I expect to see a lot of subs, especially on the Laurel Highlands side here in the second half. And a shot on goal, and McLay making the save. Especially if the score remains in the area where it's at right now at 5-1 in favor of the Mustangs over the Red Raiders. Uniontown's yet to play a home game this year. They've actually played all three of their matches here at Laurel Highlands, two in the Fayette County Coaches Association tournament this past weekend, and of course the match here tonight, looking for their second goal of the night, and Evan McLay making a save there on Noah Trimmer. Trimmer getting a couple of shots on goal here to start the second half. You take a look at the schedule ahead for Uniontown. They'll have their first home game coming up on Thursday, hosting Bell Vernon. Always a tough match when the Leopards come to town. We mentioned Laurel Highlands will play Bell Vernon here a week from Thursday. And Ben Diamond, another touch. Looking for Oliveira's going through Manuel and back to Colton May, the Uniontown keeper. Also see the Laurel Highlands girls team in action for the first time coming up tomorrow, at least tomorrow when we're taping this match. Their match against Greensburg-Salem, also their conference opener here on the South Union Township Sports Network. The Laurel Highlands girls losing their opening match of the season 5-0 to Altoona. Also traveled to Elizabeth Forward on Saturday, and they'll host Uniontown here coming up on September the 11th. That'll be next Wednesday. So actually home matches here at Laurel Highlands for the boys and girls Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Boys games on Tuesday and Thursday, and the girls match against Uniontown on Wednesday. So a busy week for us, and a busy week if you like high school soccer in the area. In fact, the Laurel Highlands boys will play 3 straight matches next week, which is kind of odd from a scheduling standpoint that you would schedule 2 non-conference games before playing a conference rival in Bell Vernon. Now the kids have a lot of stamina, but very surprised to see that. There's a shot from Seaman off the football goalpost. But you look at the soccer schedule next week, you have Southmoreland, a non-conference game on Tuesday. South Park, which traditionally has been a pretty good soccer program, on the road on Wednesday. And then you host Bell Vernon in a conference game on Thursday and have another conference game on Saturday morning at Greensburg-Salem. That's on the 14th. That's a pretty rough week with those 2 non-conference games before a conference game against Bell Vernon on Thursday. That really means a lot in the conference standings. Nice through ball here for the Red Raiders. And a shot going over McAlay and over the goal. Nice opportunity there for Noah Trimmer. And Trimmer's been a buzzing in the Laurel Highlands zone here in the second half with his 3rd shot on goal. And that accredited shot, since it was touched there by the keeper McAlay and poked over the bar. Corner kick here from Grimes. Knocked down at the top of the 18, reset and put off the crossbar again. And once again, that was Noah Trimmer. So Trimmer's 4th shot of the second half. There's yet to find the back of the net. Dalton Grimes, the lone Uniontown goal in this match, after the Mustangs scored 5 unanswered to get things started. Evan McAlay putting this one back to center. Over to Carson Seaman. Angled wide on the far side. Going off to Nico Johns. Lays it off, looking for Cooper. Goes all the way back to Colton May. Off the body there of Trimmer. Mustangs regain possession. Nico Johns over to Oliveras. Is it onside? It is not. Oliveras kind of spun down and hurt his hand. Not what the Mustangs want to see. Shaking it off. Kind of got turned the wrong way on the play. He's still in some pain. And Colton May will boot this one away. Knocked down there by Seaman. Spins it back to Ben Diamond. Off a deflection, Red Raiders again control. Christian Thomas. Looking there for Chaz Lambie, who was in goal in the first half for the Red Raiders. Seaman taking it back there for the Mustangs. Again, angled wide. Things have settled down a little bit right now. The Mustangs in control, leading 5-1.
Re-entry for Uniontown, number 7, John Oravec.
John Oravec, a re-entry now for Uniontown. That's Isaac Conklin taking a seat. Cooper, a little header there. Pressured by Berkebau. Seaman on the control. Back to Cooper again. Low ball up to Marzano and sent out. Cooper going wide here on the near side. Again to Seaman. Defending there, Connor Nichols for Uniontown, taking the safe route out of play. You can tell the intensity certainly has dropped off on both sides of this juncture of the match. And May will make a touch and play there. It was close. Rolled off of Laurel Highlands and out. May will put it down for a goal kick. Other action tonight in the conference. Albert Gallatin at Greensburg-Salem and Ringgold at Bell Vernon. Once you get these conference games going on, you get a true feel for what you have to work with in the conference this season and who are going to be some of the main contenders. Always have a good idea on paper, but once the
Highlands, number 25, Harry Radcliffe.
games are actually played, that really shows the true tall tale sign as far as who the quality competition is going to be in the conference. Harry Radcliffe back in on the Laurel Highlands side. Seaman down the near boundary. Back to the freshman Radcliffe. Chipped ahead, looking for Oliveras on the rundown. Livingston also there with Shutterly defending. Shutterly, a little poke back, was looking for Seaman and then played out by Connor Nichols. Seaman back in again to Radcliffe. Again, sent out of play. Goes over to Seaman again. Grimes another poke out. This time Oliveras went down there, pressured by Thomas. Touch for Marzano. Back to Seaman. It was Crossfield on the far side. No one home through Brett Dolphy. On Nico Johns to get back into the play. No pressure there from Chris Kuzier. Red Raiders take it back to center. Berkebau spins it forward there for Noah Trimmer. Sent back high in the air there by the Mustangs. Looking for Oliveras on the front line. He's triple teamed and the play was offsides. 28:35 left here in regulation time. Still 5-1 Laurel Highlands over Uniontown. All of our goals scored in the first half of this match. Berkebau sending it off there to Riley Umble. Touch from Grimes. Radcliffe trying to spin back. Thomas goes low. Off there to Noah Trimmer. Crossfield on the near side here to Oravec. Mustangs again trying to load it up there again to Oliveras. Over to Seaman. Seaman settles down on the near wing. Has to work around Shutterly. Ben Diamond joins the party. Touch there from Marzano. Roll back to Colton May. May again on the cover. Boot back to center. Same team there. Touched by Cooper. Grimes on the knockdown. Dalton Grimes coming forward on the attack here for Uniontown. Grimes, low ball, looking for Berkebau. Played back. Deflected off again to Carson Seaman. Touched by Marzano. Looking again for Seaman on the give and go, but out of play. Connor Nichols sends it back in. Headed there by Seaman, looking for Oliveras. Thomas defending. Up to Noah Trimmer. Trimmer making some nice moves. Trimmer staying on, try to fire, got blocked down. In open space, Grimes loses it out of play. Ben Diamond to send it in and subs on each side. 26:35 left here in the second half. Take a quick time out here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Number 15, Seth Lee.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
So we come back 5-1. Laurel Highlands over Uniontown. Dan Myers in on the Laurel Highlands side. Seth Lee in on the Uniontown side. It's been kind of a ho-hum second half after we saw 6 goals in the first half of this match. Dalton Grimes again going low on the backside. Berkabow fires. Big save there, McLay. Berkabow just peppering McLay with that shot. And McLay standing up to make the save. It'll be a corner. Berkabow angles it back to the point. Line drive into the box. McLay another scoop up. Uniontown certainly generating some better scoring opportunities here in the second half. After the Mustangs will shut them down defensively in the first half of the match, aside from the goal from 35 yards out that was scored by Dalton Grimes. And the Mustangs with 2 from Oliveras, 2 from Livingston, and Nico Johns has also added a goal in this match. All pinballing around here at center. Diamond another touch. Spun forward to Radcliffe, off to Seaman. Actually went through Seaman. And Brett Dolphy works out of his own zone there for Uniontown. On the lob back, touch there by Cooper. Seaman a little play back over to Patrick Hickle. Mustangs try to set it up from their own zone. Pressured again by Trimmer. Another little one-hopper. And they're on McLay, who makes the save. A low ball. Knocked down there by Radcliffe. On the far wing, Mustangs a little open space. That's Nico Johns. Johns down the far wing. Try to leave it back there for Colby Livingston. Those two couldn't connect. Play whistled down. Free kick here for Uniontown. Another break here for Clay Berkabow. Berkabow into the box, fires, and just a little too much mustard on that one. Sent that one wide, way wide into the field house.
Re-entry for Uniontown, number 20, Ian Wallace.
Ian Wallace back into the match on the Uniontown side. Ben Diamond trying to go low. And Dan Myers will flip it off. And send it back in. Burkabow and another knockdown. Laurel Highlands looking for a clear out. Give Uniontown a lot of credit. They've actually controlled possession time, I think, here in the second half more than the Mustangs, despite the fact they're down 5-1 in this match. Another chip that time from Christian Thomas, and the save there from Evan McLeay. But the Mustangs have made a number of substitutions, to be fair, on both sides. So with different personnel, certainly changes the dynamic of the match. Might not have that same team chemistry as you would with your whole first team out there. Sent off to Johns, back to Seaman. Pressure again from Brett Dolphy. Knocks it out of play. Battle there between Livingston and Thomas. Cooper tried to join the play. Red Raiders send it back. And solid defense there out of the Mustangs. It's angled off to Ben Diamond. Played down the near boundary. And on the run, unable to keep it in play there was Dan Myers. That was Hickle on the last breakup doing a nice job there for Laurel Highlands. Oliveira's back on the attack. Angles it down on the far side. Reset there by Johns. Couldn't fire. Stepping in there again, Brett Dolphy. Johns gets it back. Line drive. Sent wide. That was Carson Seaman on the shot there for the Mustangs. We're down to 21:06 left here in regulation time. Without a goal here in the second half. 5-1. Laurel Highlands over Uniontown. Nice to see our good friend John Guth up here as well from the Herald Standard covering the game. A lot of media attention on this Uniontown Laurel Highlands rivalry game, as the Mustangs look for their 28th straight win over Uniontown in this series. And quite a streak the Mustangs have put together over their crosstown rival. Another save there from May. Here's Burkabow on the run back again. Sells it off on the far wing to Dolphy, and a diving slide tackle, knocking the ball out of play there from Chris Kuzier. Here's a look at Jerry Rogers Sr. and Jerry Rogers Jr. on the Mustang bench. You see plenty of subs available there for Laurel Highlands. Back in the attack, Dalton Grimes just sending it wide. Grimes has been very involved in the play here tonight. Put down there by Evan McLeay. It'd be nice to get our first look at the Laurel Highlands girls soccer team this year, see what they have in store. Their head coach Dave Sahida. And we'll have their match with Greensburg-Salem, the conference opener for the Golden Lions and the Mustangs. Should be a lot of fun. You'll see this Mustang boys team back in action for home matches against Southmoreland and Bell Vernon next week. That one going off the back of Ben Diamond, deflected over to Burkabow. And the Mustangs gain control. Carson Seaman. Off to Chris Kuzier. Now Nico Johns, low ball. Oliveira's coming free in the box. Manuel Oliveira's just sending it wide. Would have been a hat trick.
Re-entry for Laurel.
Great opportunity there for Oliveira's.
And number 30, Ian Hamilton.
Of course, he's only a sophomore. Here's Colby Livingston. Offsides. On his intended pass down to Nico Johns. Dan Myers with a little pressure there on the Mustang side. Battling Aiden Shutterly. Myers looking to center. Coming out there to make the save, Colton May. As we go under 17 minutes left here in the second half. Here's Seaman, nice little run ahead. Clear out again for the Red Raiders. Long shot. Going back down on May. Okay, we've not had a goal scored here in the second half. Had 6 put up in the first half. 5 for the Mustangs, 1 for the Red Raiders. Clay Berkebile on the rush ahead here again for Uniontown. Berkebile low shot. McLeay scoops it up. And Noah Trimmer off to his left on that run up the field. And almost get the feeling right now the Mustangs got the goals they needed early and just kind of on cruise control. Looking for another opportunity, though. Livingston breaking free. Net is empty, and Livingston finds the back of the net. And that's a hat trick for Colby Livingston. 3rd goal of the match. The Mustangs showing they aren't done yet. Maybe Livingston heard me. It's 6-1. Laurel Highlands over Uniontown. Hat trick for Livingston, and we're back in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Davis and Davis, helping the injured.
If you're injured in an accident, after you address the medical problems, you're going to be faced with numerous questions concerning who's going to pay your medical bills, your property damage, the wages that you might be losing if you can't go to work. These are things that you need counsel for.
That your income is protected, that your bills are paid, that your family's taken care of. We've been doing this since 1976. We've helped injured people. We can help you.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
Mustangs back up 5 at 6-1. Colby Livingston got his first of the match at the 37:02 mark of the first half. Follow that up. The goal at the 20:06 mark of the first half. Now scoring here at the 16:05 mark of the second half. First goal we've seen here in about 30 minutes of game time. Last goal preceding the Livingston goal was the Grimes goal at the 7:27 mark of the first half. A good start to the season for Colby Livingston, who was very involved in the Bentworth match on Saturday as well. Mustangs were blanked against Altoona in their second match of the day on Saturday. But up 5 here over Uniontown at 6-1. Ian Hamilton out of his own zone. Forward there to Radcliffe, pressured by Dalton Grimes. And out of play.
Re-enter for Uniontown.
Grimes will reload.
Dolphy.
Brett Dolphy back in on the Uniontown side as well. 14:39 left here in the second half. Mustangs looking for a low ball forward. Played out there by Seth Lee. Over to Grimes. Fronted there by Seaman. Grimes now battling Hamilton, and Hamilton out of the pack. The play whistled down. So Johns was offsides in front of the Uniontown bench. Raiders looking for another rush, this time for Noah Trimmer. Trimmer double team, works into the box. Cleared out there by Radcliffe.
Re-enter for Uniontown, number 7, John Oravec.
John Oravec back in on the Uniontown side. Uniontown's emptied out their entire bench in this match, and they haven't had too many available subs. Had the 11 starting: Shutterly, Dolphy, Thomas, Berkabow, Umble, Lambie, Conklin, Trimmer, Grimes, Nichols, and May. Ian Wallace and Seth Lee, along with Oravec, were available subs. Barczyk and Eitner were injured, unavailable for the match. That's their entire roster. 12:50 left in regulation time. That one too far for Brett Dolphy. You can tell the kid's still hustling. Good to see. Understand the Uniontown program with a pretty good junior high soccer team right now, including their 8th grade team. Certainly bodes well for the Red Raiders in the future.
Laurel Highlands, number 34, Dante Capuzzi.
Dante Capuzzi seeing his first action on the on the Laurel Highlands side, excuse me. Expect to see most of the Mustangs bench emptied here as well for the final 12 minutes plus. This match at a 6-1 score right now in favor of Laurel Highlands. And the Mustangs were without Matt Lucas here for this match as well. Red card on Saturday in the Mustangs' second match of the day against Altoona. They will have him back for their road game coming up on Thursday at Trinity. And the key for the Mustangs, if they want to get into the WPIAL playoffs again this season, defeating those non-Fayette County teams. Of course, we mentioned Uniontown, LH, and AG all in the same conference this year. 7 teams in the conference and 4 playoff spots. Nice move there from John, save from May. You have to see where else you can get those wins at if you want to sneak in. Not sure what kind of a program Albert Gallatin has this year. AG actually won both of their games this past weekend. Certainly boding well for the Colonials. Mustangs have controlled that series as well over the years. Our high shot sent high and wide there from Seaman. So you never take those wins for granted, but if you consider the fact the Mustangs have controlled the other schools inside the county in their conference over the last few years, you got to look at what can you do against Trinity, Greensburg, Salem, Bell Vernon, and Ringgold. Another team in the county that's picked to be quite strong this year, Connellsville. Up in 4A, they were ranked in the top 5 before the start of the season. Good to see for the Falcons up north. Nice run here from Trimmer. Ran into a double team, though. Try to reset it back on the cross out in front. Going behind Berkabow. As we go under 10 minutes left here in the second half. Berkabow around Hamilton. Berkabow doing a nice job to create. Look for the cross out in front, broken up and cleared out by the Mustangs.
Re-entry for Uniontown, number 11, Dalton Grimes.
Dalton Grimes back in on the Uniontown side as John Oravec takes a seat. Dolphy sends it in. Cooper a little poke. Cooper will lob it back in. Looking there for Nico Johns and Livingston. Livingston on it now. Again, Livingston a hat trick in this game for Laurel Highlands. Daniel Oliveras with 2 goals and Nico Johns with a goal. Dalton Grimes, lone goal of the match for Uniontown. Final 9 minutes of regulation time. The freshman Radcliffe Low through ball on the backside. Johns look to track it down. Nico Johns, side of the box. Johns now into the 18. Resets it back to Radcliffe. Radcliffe working back to his left. Shot into the wall there. Deflected by Shetterly. Back on the attack. Seaman from 30 yards out. Hit the crossbar of the field goal goalposts. I'll put it down here for a goal kick for Colton May. Uniontown looks for a late attack, down 5. Got another Mustang goal. We'd have the continuous clock in play. Doesn't really make as much of a difference in soccer as it might in some other sports, because generally the clock's rolling anyways here in high school soccer matches.
Re-entry for Uniontown, number 15, Seth Lee.
A couple more re-entries here for Uniontown. Lee and Wallace back into the match.
Highlands, number 1, Emmanuel Oliveras.
Oliveras back in on the Laurel Highlands side. Trimmer with a throw-in. Goes over to Berkebile again. Through the legs of Brett Dolphy and out of play. .7:05 left here in the second half. Dante Capuzzi on the near side. Got shouldered off the ball there by Seth Lee. Nice to see the Mustang cheerleaders out for this one as well. And Grimes went too quickly. Now back into play. Berkebile again. Intercepted by Oliveras. Mustangs with Daniel, Grimm, Oliveras, and Livingston on that front line, but set to make a trio of changes. Here's the next opportunity. And again, one of the new rules we mentioned earlier for the 2019 season, the team that's leading makes a substitution under 5 minutes, the clock will stop. Doesn't really mean much in a 5-goal game. That's if they're the first team to make the change. Thus, if the throw-in would be theirs and they would make the substitution. But we're not under 5 minutes yet, so the clock would roll. We're still with 5:40 left.
Re-entry for Laurel Highlands, number 27, Josh Proud. Into the game for
Josh Proud back into the Mustangs lineup.
Number 40, Zach Layton.
Zach Layton, along with Trey Schaefer, also seeing match action for the first time in this one. Top of the box. Trimmer had another opportunity. Couldn't get the shot away on the Uniontown side. Oliveira's back on it there for Laurel Highlands. Another chip from Radcliffe. And Shetterly will send it back to May. And out here on the near side. With 4:35 left here in the second half. And along with the soccer action, Mustang football coming up on Friday. Laurel Highlands at Montour. Gary Frankhauser, Rick Frank, and Jerry Dupay making the venture out for that one. Mustangs defeated Montour a year ago, looking for another scoring opportunity here in the box, and they get it from Josh Proud. So Josh Proud getting a late goal here for Laurel Highlands. At the 4:10 mark of the second half, it's now 7-1. Mustangs over the Red Raiders. We'll take a quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Laurel Highlands goal by number 27, Josh Proud.
Colon cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths. Signs include abdominal pain and rectal bleeding. Colon cancer develops from a degenerating benign growth or polyp. Doctors performing colonoscopy are able to remove precancerous polyps, thus preventing colon cancer. This saves lives, and the American Cancer Society now recommends that everyone have a colonoscopy every 10 years, beginning at age 50. Offer the latest diagnostic testing. SWGI, specialists in digestive health. Southwestern Endoscopy Center is a state-licensed and Medicare-certified facility and emphasizes privacy, comfort, caring, and safety. For colonoscopies and upper GI endoscopies, painless procedures are done with twilight sedation given by a board-certified anesthesiologist. The center accepts most insurance plans and is staffed by Drs. Ruthhart, Calabrese, Stokes, SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
.410 now remaining. Josh Proud making it 7-1. Mustangs over the Red Raiders. We were mentioning the Mustang football game coming up. Mustangs and the Montour Spartans. Final non-conference game of the season. Laurel Highlands football program. Richie Colasar, the new Mustangs head coach. First non-Just coaching the team in a number of seasons. Of course, Zach Just coached the Mustang program, and his brother Jake took over. Now Richie Colasar at the helm. Mustangs trying to rebound from an 0-2 start, and there's another goal for the Red Raiders. Bring that one up for Noah Trimmer. So Noah Trimmer getting his first goal of the match. It's now 7-2.
Goal by number 10, Noah Trimmer.
Laurel Highlands over Uniontown. They'll just continue to run the clocks. We'll keep it right here. Goal coming right around the 3:10 mark of the second half. Making it 7-2. Now, it took a while, but we've had 3 goals now scored here in the second half.
Into the game for Laurel Highlands, number 39, Chris Harmon.
Chris Harmon now into the match on the Laurel Highlands side. So going to go through the scoring in this one for the final 2:30. Oliveras got the scoring started for Laurel Highlands. Goal at the 37:43 mark of the first half. 1-0 Mustangs. 41 seconds later, Colby Livingston scored. And a 2-0 Mustangs. Goal coming at the 37:02 mark of the first half. Nico Johns made it 3-0 Mustangs at the 34:51 mark of the first half, as the Red Raiders will have a corner kick here. Now it's going to be a throw-in from Grimes. Mustangs again play it out. Colby Livingston getting his second of the match at the 20:06 mark of the first half. Oliveras got his second. And the 11:25 mark of the first half was 5-0 Mustangs. Dalton Grimes scored a goal from 35 yards out at the 7:27 mark of the first half. Make it 5-1. That was our halftime score. Now Grimes taking a corner here. Knocked down out in front, actually off the body of Layton. And then out of play. And we actually went about 31 minutes without a goal until Colby Livingston scored for the Mustangs at the 16:05 mark of the second half. Josh Proud made it 7-1, a goal at the 4:10 mark of the second half, and the Red Raiders getting their second of the night from Noah Trimmer at the 3:10 mark of the second half. And Emmanuel Oliveras looking for a hat trick of his own. Sends it in the side of the net with 1:05 left here in the second half, and Laurel Highlands leading Uniontown by a score of 7-2.
1 minute.
Again, the schedule ahead for these two teams. Uniontown hosting Bell Vernon coming up on Thursday. Laurel Highlands traveling to take on Trinity coming up on Thursday as well. 42 seconds left. Almost an own goal there. And these two teams will meet again September the 21st, high noon game on a Saturday at Bill Powers Stadium. .22 seconds left. Their blast from the corner going right to McLay. Again, a reminder also, we'll have the Laurel Highlands girls in action against Greensburg-Salem, our next broadcast here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
9.
Barry Rosner will count it down here for the final 10 seconds.
5.
And the Laurel Highlands Mustangs will improve to 2-1 overall, 1-0 in conference play. Uniontown drops to 0-3 overall, 0-1 in the conference. Your final score, Laurel Highlands 7.
And that is our ball game.
And Uniontown 2. Tonight's game was brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Get a Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupay, your final score, Laurel Highlands 7 and Uniontown 2. This has been a South Union Township Sports Network presentation.